mixed media artist, designer, and instructor for the creative industries. She works with a variety of mediums and enjoys sharing her creativity through teaching. I know I saw Anne in the lineup just a moment ago, but she's disappeared. Today, Anne is here to share a cool pin made with Makin's clay and finished with earth-safe finishes. I'm delighted to welcome Anne Butler. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Tiffany. Thank you. Today we're going to show you how to make some cute, easy, fast, quick little pins made from Makin's no-bake polymer clay. There's one sample. Here's another sample. This one's a little thicker. And they are made with the black Makin's air dry polymer clay. And I use a perfect printing pouch. I'll show you how I use that. And then I use Earth Safe Finishes metallic powders. So let me get my camera set up so you can see my work surface. Okay, so Makin's comes double wrapped in a vacuum sealed pouch. So I like to take my scissor and cut through both pieces, and the portion that I'm not going to use I would put into, I always have a wet cloth nearby or baby wipes, and I like to cover what I'm not using. Because it is an air dry clay, it will tend to dry out while you're working on other things. So you want to always keep that covered. And the clay comes out, it is so soft and so pliable. And you use just the plastic roller that Makin's has to roll it out. I have used the acrylic rollers before, but it kind of sticks to the clay, so it makes it harder to use. But all you do is roll your clay out to a thickness that you want. You can use other colors of clay that Makin's has. It comes in a variety of colors. If you go to their website, just makinsclay.com. And because I'm sitting, it looks like it's taking a little bit longer. Usually I stand when I work. But you just roll it out to the thickness that you want it. And the thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry. So the thinner it is, they dry quicker. And then Makin's makes a variety of texture sheets. Now you can use the texture sheets, and I like to use the perfect printing pouch because it has a powder in it and it makes it so that it releases easier from the clay. So you can use this, place it down, and roll to get your texture. Otherwise, you can also use rubber stamps. I like to use a variety of rubber stamps in my work, and even with the rubber stamps, I like to use the perfect printing pouch just to help get that release that you need. And you just take and press it down into the clay. And I'm turned it over just to give it a little bit more pressure. That's not something you always have to do. And then in the camera, I think you can see where the impression of the writing from that stamp is in there. So then Makin's makes all of these cool cutters. They come in sets of 3. And you want to remember that Makin's, since it is an air dry clay, your cutters, as it dries, it will shrink. So I want to show you this one. This is the cutter I used, and it does have, I don't know if it, maybe a 20% shrinkage there. So this particular piece was very thick, which would be why it determines this shrinkage also. Here's another one. So you can determine the size. It is going to shrink up just a little bit as it is drying. But after you roll it out, you can take your cutters and simply look and see what area you want. Out of a package of clay, I did this very thick, but out of a package of clay, if you do it thin, you can get dozens and dozens of pins. But you just take your cutter and push down, and you could do several more. You could take and put this in a plastic bag with a baby wipe, and it'll stay moist. You can re-roll it. But there's the start of your pin. Now you can also take, as I did in this one, I took and I pressed a button into here to give it another dimension, and that's why I did this one thicker. So today I just grabbed, wonder if you can see that. It's a star brad. So I'm going to just take and press that down into the clay, get it started. And I'm going to take the end of my paintbrush to help put that into the clay deep enough to give it a nice impression. But you can press anything, a variety of things into here to give it an impression. So that's just, you don't have to do that. You can just stamp it and go, or use the texture sheet and go. And then I like to use the Earth Safe Finishes metallic powders, and I dip a little brush into the powders, and then I use the cover to tap off some of the extra, because it doesn't take a lot to cover this, and I like to use a variety of colors when doing this. So there was a silver, and then this is a copper, and they are just, if you can see, they are just gorgeous colors, and they come off on the clay just beautifully. But I like to use a variety of them to give it a little more detailed look. And these you can make easily for a group of friends if you do a Christmas exchange, or you have, if you do crafts and you sell them, you can make a ton of these very quickly to do as projects and sell at a craft fair. So that is how easy it is. Now you can put the powders on when the clay is wet, or you can actually wait until the clay is dry and put the powders on. But after you're done with that, you would just take a pin back and some tacky glue. There's a variety of them on the market, and just glue your pin back to the back. If you want a finished look, you can take just a little bit of the clay and roll it out really thin, and you can cut it so that it is about the size of the back of the pin back to give it a nice finished look. And you can, I'm not gluing it on right now, but this opens up the beauty of live TV, huh? This opens up and you can pin that on, and then it just gives you a very finished look if you're going to actually sell these. I usually give my pins away, so I don't do that. But here's another one where I did a square and a heart and I layered them. You can also put a finished